coverage of the Altherm Window Systems New Zealand Jet Sprinting Championships from 2018 is brought to you by Altherm. Second place at Hastings round 4 went to Wanganui father and son combination of Ross and Shane Travers in Radioactive. Ending their winning streak in the series and finishing third here was PSP Racing's pair of Jess Sitt and Ollie Silverton. And coming out on top for the first time, Cy Gibbon and Donna Thompson. Nova Sordo got a stinger. The combo's first win, tightening up the championship chase. So as we can see, just the 3 points in it now as we head to the business end of the season. For the second to last round of the championship season, the crews, boats, drivers and navigators headed to Auckland to Mary and the NZ Sprint Bowl in round 5. Combination of blisteringly fast straights, tight technical corners and a couple of tricky weight crossings make this track one to be respected and feared in equal doses.
Very fast, but that's traditional Mary. It's got those big long straights, and as a club we always try to utilise them. A lot of the other tracks around New Zealand now are a lot shorter and a lot tighter, so Mary's always renowned for being a drag strip. The twin turbo boys are going to have some fun, and we're certainly going to have some fun down that back straight today as well.
Really quick rotation, and you just don't have the room like Hastings has, so you can't drift a little wide here, drift a little wide there. You're just not going to get away with it, especially coming through that chicane with tyres on both sides. They've already been warned for the new drivers just to go easy through there because it can split you out pretty quickly.
Definitely fast, which is typically Mary. There's some tricky bits in there, which will bite with the speed of a track.
It is going to be extremely fast, so it's going to be whoever's got the biggest gonads. Keep your foot hard up it, and hopefully we don't crash. But yeah, she's going to be a really fast rotation.
First time made the rotation all right, but it's a tricky track, that's for sure, and it's pretty fast, man.
They've definitely narrowed the track up a bit. It's not quite as wide as it was. They've thrown a few more tyres on a few more corners that we used to like cutting across the islands, but there's tyres there now, so it's a wee bit more difficult.
For the naming sponsor of the class and a first-time driver, Lockie McMillan's goal was to get through.
Our goal this year is just to pull a rotation and get better our time each time. We're just learning and having some fun this year, get a bit more serious next year, and into it.
Yeah, it is working a lot better through the rotation, looking forward through the rotation more than at the time of the rotation, so it's going quite good, really. Just trouble really on this track, the weight really,
Yeah, I'm just going to run the last run and try and make the rotation again and just feel some of those corners, and just learn the track, really.
For the Firewater crew of Rick Burke and Alf Kill, this season's focus was the World Champs.
We made a decision at the start of this season to make sure that we sorted out as much as we could with the boat heading off into the Worlds. So we would have liked to have been on the podium, but it wasn't our main game. We just wanted to make sure that the boat fitted the trailer at the end of every round, and we're pretty happy with that so far.
After a perfect start to the season until round 4 for PSP Racing, the championships were still very much on the mind.
The way the points are structured, that buffer can get eaten up very quickly, so there's a tiny buffer there. I think we've got 3 points, but we're not relying on that. We're here to win today, and that's all we're here to do.
It wasn't long before Mary's fearful reputation was on show. Firstly, Tony Reid, Lockie McMillan in One Chance, no joking matter from Andy Ryan and the Joker. All would safely rebuild. So we're down to the eliminations and time to have a look at the top 9, and it's led once again by the points leader in the championship, and that is Ollie Silverton. Based on qualifying times for the 17-boat Fowler Homes Group A field, they were then cut to a top 9, making the cut Ray and Nicky Ferguson from the hub in Westview Aluminium. They're 47.384, good enough for the 6. And Jason Conroy ran their fastest time of the day here in the top 9 in the MF King sponsored Usain boat. Not quite as fleet of foot as its namesake, their 47.948 left them in 7. After finishing 10th at Hastings round 4, the deep south Carl Brensel and Hamish Murray had made the long trek to Auckland for round 5 here at Mary. Into the 9, but sadly no further. Making the top 6 cut was good for Sean and Faye Rice and Elite Kitchens at Hastings. The Taranaki-based couple made the 9 with a 47.654. A 46.869 here in the 9 meant they would make the top 6 cut at Merry as well. Current world champions in Group A class are Rick Burke and Elf Kill, and their focus this year is to defend that title in Australia, well on the way with a great performance here in the top 9, 46.573. The Eagle Automotive team of Neil Marshall and Hayley Brunning were back here at Merry. 46.492 to get them into the 9 should have put them among the contenders, but this didn't. Not only were Ross and Shane Travers among the contenders here at Merry, but also up with the contenders in the championship as well. Third in points with 2 rounds to go, the 46.157. Third quickest in the 9, they were top 6 bound. After a terrible start to the season and a wrecked boat at Wanaka, Cy Gibbon and Paul Thompson back in the boat here had turned things around. Just 3 points out of first place, 45.990 saw him second quickest and top 6 bound. While still picking up good points, the third overall in round 4 had hurt the pride of Ollie Silverton in PSP. Here on his home track, it was time to right the wrongs. His 45.872 here in the 9 doing just that. Fastest here and only the second boat in the 45s. So we've found our top 9, and once again it is Ollie Silverton leading the charge from Cy Gibbon and Ross Travers. Eliminations to come here at Merry. Big crowd in watching the action here. First to go, this is Ray and Nikki Ferguson out of Lower Hunt. The boat is Westview Aluminium. It's a Stinger with a 406 Chevy power plant. Ray, been around the sport for a long time. He's the director of Westview Aluminium. His wife, Nikki, is a mortgage broker. Best championship points this season was a 4th in Wanganui, a 6th in Hastings at the previous round. Top 9 time was a 47.384. Let's have a look what the split time is here. 21.880. So that should translate into a low 47, maybe a high 46, and that will put the acid on the rest of the competitors still to come. This is the top 6 in Fowler Homes Group A, and Ray and Nikki Ferguson would love to be there. Down towards the finish line now, round the speed bowl from the different direction and up towards the finish line. This is going to be a 46-second clocking. It is 46.639. They set the benchmark in Fowler Homes Group A, top 6. This is Sean and Faye Rice out of Taranaki. The boat is Cosa Nostra, sponsored by Elite Kitchens and Monster Energy. It's a Sprint Tech G-Force, 406 Chevy. All these Group A engines run around about the same horsepower. It's around about 650 to 700 horsepower. They were top 5 last time round in Hastings, so their season is progressing well. Top 9 time was a 46.869. So slightly quicker than what we saw from Ray and Nikki Ferguson. They went quicker. Let's see what the husband and wife team from Taranaki can do. 21.871. So once again, fractionally quicker than Ray and Nikki Ferguson. This should translate into another 46-second clocking and maybe put them in contention for the top 3. Who knows? Down towards the finish line, you ride here with Cosa Nostra. 1 corner to come, and then it will be a 46.836. It's as close as you like, but Ray and Nikki Ferguson stay on top. Firewater next to go, Rick Burke and Elf Kill. Rick, a second generation driver, his father Kevin, one of the stalwarts of Jetprinting in years gone by. Both these guys out of Hamilton. Firewater 222, it's a Sprint Tech G-Force with a 406 Chevy, runs around about 650 horsepower. These guys are the current Group A world champions, and their stated goal is to hold on to that title as they head to Australia for the Worlds later on during the year. 21.332 at the split, that's the fastest we've seen so far. So the acid comes on now. Ray and Nikki Ferguson, they're 46.639 in. A bit of question here. Have a look at the way they just cut the edge of the islands. Something you don't want to do too often here at Merry because of the massive speeds you get on these long straights. But Rick Burke and Elf Kill, wake up to it. Round the speed bowl they come, heading down towards the finish line. Are we going to see a 46-second clocking? 46.631, that's the fastest we've seen. So the Hamiltonians go to the top with quick guys yet to come. And here is the combination that certainly fills that bill. Ross and Shane Travers, the father and son combination from Wanganui. currently sitting in the top 3 in the points. It's a Stinger hull with a Chev engine. Sponsors are Stevo's Distributors and Hedner Motorsport. Top 9 time was a 46.157. That was the third quickest in the 9, 21.905. A little bit slower than what we saw from the Firewater boys. So this one should be another 46-second run. Once again, you get an indication just how flat the boat sits as he goes through the crisscross. Once again, just cutting the sides of the islands, and that's living dangerously here at Mary round the speedboat from the last time. Full throttle blast up towards the finish. 46.631 to beat. 46.031. He does beat it. So the Travers go quicker. Second fastest in the qualifying, Cy Gibbon and Paul Thompson. It's a brand new Stinger hull with a Chev engine, 650 horsepower. Cy Gibbon calls North Canterbury home. Paul Thompson's a Christchurch boy as well, back in the seat after sitting out at Hastings. Cy's a sales manager. Novus Autoglass are the sponsors. Top 9 time was a 45. There's only 2 boats in the 45, and they were one of them. 21.03 at the split. And that is the fastest split we've seen, so they keep going faster here at Mary. Oh, and the boat nearly comes out of the water as they rise down into the chicane and then back down through the speedboat once again. You're right with them here. Novus Autoglass, brand new Stinger after they wrecked their boat at Wanaka in round 1, but they have come good since then. They won in Hastings. Can they win here at Mary? Another 45. 45.762 for Cy Gibbon. He goes to the top with the champion still to come. Ollie Silverton, Jess Sitt, PSP Racing. It's a Sprint Tech G-Force, 600 horsepower. You're looking into the smoke visors of the championship winning couple. Jess Sitt is the marketing manager for PSP. Ollie is a designer for drainage systems, part of the sponsorship package here for PSP Racing, along with GJ Gardner Homes, Biolytics, Magnum Automotive. 3 from 3 going into the last round at Hastings. Had to be content with a third place. 21.005. So once again, they have gone quicker. They put the acid on Cy Gibbon. The ones that be worried now will be Rick Burke and Alf Kill. They're on the bubble, because from 6 we'll cut them to 3. You can kind of guarantee if they get to the end of the run, Ollie Silverton and Jess Sitt are going to be there. Are they going to be faster though than the 45.762? They are. 45.303. They go to the top once again. There's no stopping the defending champions. 45.303 for Ollie Silverton and Jess Sitt. Cy Gibbon and Ross Travers will be the top 3 when we come back to Mary. Back to round 4 now in Stinger Boats Group B. In third place, Taranaki's Bevan Schuler and Sam Fergus and Rhoda Carey Roden. Second place, the current 3 NZ, Kelly Manell and Cherie Patterson in Girl Tour are now hitting their straps with back-to-back firsts in round 3 and 4, 2 times Group B champions Jay and Paddy Hayden in Schizo. So there is a look at the points, and already the 2-time champions just starting to edge away. For Kelly Manell, who had been to Mary both as a superboat navigator and now a driver in Group B, Mary had its own challenges.
It is a fast rotation. The supers are going to love it. With the Group Bs, sort of takes us a little bit longer, bit of elevator music down the back straight, but still good. We have fun. The plan, of course, is to be right up there again and just, as I keep saying, chip away, get another point if I can, but I'll certainly be going hard and fast a lot sooner.
2 times Group B champions Paddy and Jay Hayden were on a tear. Bad news for their opposition. They liked it fast, and that was Mary.
It's going to get faster. I can't wait for this afternoon with the superboats and some of the speeds they'll get, but for us, fantastic. I think, we've got a pretty comfortable nudge on the others.
Well, they say that the cream rises to the top, and that's what's happening in Stinger Boats Group B. Here is the situation as we move into the top 3. Bevan Schuler, Kelly Manell, and the 2-time champions. Bevan Schuler first to go. The builder from Taranaki. Sam Fergus is a bank officer, also from Eltham in Taranaki. It's a Stinger boat, runs about 500 horsepower. Rhoda Carey Roden is the boat's name. Top 9 was a 52.887. The top 6 was a 50.744, so they were travelling in the right direction. This is the top 3 though, so all those times merely an indication. In appreciate that Group B is slightly slower than what we see in Group A. They're a detuned version, if you like, of a Group A boat. 23.704 at the split for Bevan Schuler in Rotorkerry Roden. His way through the many chicanes. You see you cross your wake a couple of times here in this rotation at Mary, but as I mentioned before, it is very, very fast. Round the speed bowl once again, this time from a different direction. The line to the finish, 51.421 for Bevan Schuler. Now, he has gone quicker than that. Probably won't be that happy with that run, I wouldn't think. This is Daniel Reid and Jasmine Webster. Daniel got his jet sprinting career off to a pretty neat start. Shared a boat with his brother a few seasons ago now. But this is Aquaholic. It's a Stinger 406 Chev. They're third currently in the points in the 2018 season. They're in the 49s in the top 9 with a 49.975. Top 6, though, just a fraction slower with a 50.001. The Schuler split was a 23.704, 23.557 for Daniel Reid and Jasmine Webster. That means they're slightly on top. Time to beat of Bevan Schuler's was that 51.421. I can tell you that Reid's gone a little bit quicker than that. The man from the Taranaki, logistics manager, down towards the speed bowl he comes once again and heading down towards the finish. This might be a sub 50 second clocking, not quite. 50.804, but that's the fastest run we've seen. So for the moment, he goes into first place with the two-time champions yet to come. Now, here's something to think about. These guys, not only have they been sub 50, they've been sub 49, they've been sub 48. That's how fast PSP Racing Schizo have been this year. They're the points leaders in the Stinger Boats Group B. There's a Stinger with a 406 Chevy in the back of it. They shared the title in Group B with Clayton and Mandy Tisdale out of Tapanui. Won't want to be sharing it this time. 21.848. Pays a 23.557 from Daniel Reid, so this is quick. All they got to do is get down to the finish line up at the top end of the course. They come now. Are we going to see another 47-second clocking here from Jay and Paddy Hayden? Jay doing the navigational duties for her husband as they rocket round the speed bowl once again. PSP Racing are the sponsors this year for Schizo Racing. It is a 47.027, and that means another maximum 30 points for Team Schizo Racing out of Te Awamutu.
This is our home track, but for some reason, so today's a real one. Yeah, it's great. The Whitetra's a leveler for Paddy. The other guys drive that track better than me, so but bring it on. Looking forward to it.
So once again, it is Paddy and Jay Hayden on top in Stinger Boats Group B. They take the maximum points as we head to the final in Waitra. 30 points for Schizo. Alcoholic Daniel Reid gets the 29 and Bevan Schuler the 28. Overall, the situation changes just a little bit. Daniel Reid goes back to second place from Kelly Manel, but it's the Haydens out front. Back to Group A, the top 3 are coming up here at the Mary Sprint Bowl. So this is Ross and Shane Travers, the NZ Sprint Bowl. It's the penultimate round of the New Zealand Championships, brought to you by Altherm Window Systems. Keep an eye on the Altherm clock on the left-hand side of the screen as we're into the business end of Group A. Ross and Shane Travers, they posted a 46.031 to get here. You get the feeling they're going to have to be a little bit quicker than that. We'll see what the split time is as they work their way to the top end of the circuit here. 22.017. That's nearly a second quicker than what we saw in the top 6. So whatever changes Ross and Shane have made is certainly working with Radioactive. It is a Stinger Chev combination. Past Group B champions, currently sitting in the top 3 in the points chase as we go to the last round in Waitra in a week's time. Down towards the finish line now, 45.852. So a huge improvement for Ross and Shane Travers. They throw the gauntlet down to the rest of them. Well, this is Cy Gibbon and Paul Thompson. Paul unfortunately missed out on the win at the previous round in Hastings. That was Donna Thompson sitting in the navigator's seat, but he's back where he belongs here. And these guys are well and truly in the hunt if they can replicate their top 6 times. They were in the 45s, Ollie Silverton and Cy Gibbon, the only 2 boats in the 45s up to this stage. Now we've seen Ross Travers post a 45.852. It was a 45.762 for Gibbon in the 6th. The split time, 20.950. So they've improved their split time. tremendously as well. You see the boat just getting up on one side there. That could have been a nasty incident for Cy Gibbon, but luckily luck was with him, and there was a bit of skill involved too. Down towards the sprint bowl they go once again, looking for a better time than the 45.812. Gets it, 45.042. Cy Gibbon on top with Ollie Silverton and Jess Sid still to come. These are the defending champions, Ollie Silverton and Jess Sid. Ollie out of Hamilton. He's a design engineer for Drainage Systems. Jess Sid is the marketing manager for PSP. Another one in the 45s. They did a 45.303, and that was the fastest in the 6. This is the 3. This is where the medals will be doled out. Will Ollie Silverton be again sitting on the top step? They weren't happy with third place. I know that for a fact. 21.123. So they're down on the time of Cy Gibbon. He's really going to have to bring it home now. The boat gets a little bit unsettled as it crosses its own weight up to the top end of the course. Down back towards the speed bowl they come. You're watching through the smoke visor of Jess Sid and Ollie Silverton. Are they going to be able to top the 45.042? A little bit wide coming out of the speed bowl. Every little tenth is going to cost them. 45.406, they're second. And for the second time in as many rounds, Cy Gibbon and Donna Thompson are going to carry the checkered flag as the winners in Fowler Homes Group A.
Brilliant run, that last one.
Yeah, cheers, Phil. Yeah, it was. I would have loved to got into those high 44s like Ollie was earlier on, but hey, we'll take that. And Enniskin having a white track, it's a very funny old track, so looking forward to it.
So once again, the title chase tightens up as Cy Gibbon goes back-to-back. A win at Hastings and a winner here at Mary Mary. So Cy Gibbon and Paul Thompson are the winners here at Mary Mary in Fowler Homes Group A. In second place it will be Ollie Silverton, and in third place it will be Ross Travers. What has that done for the point situation with just one round to come? It's as close as you like. 2 points separate the top two in Group A. The fourth round of the Mouthfresh Superboats, part of the Altherm Window Systems New Zealand Jet Sprinting Championships, was held in Hastings at the Riverside Jet Track. It was great to see the Altherm boat back, albeit without owner-driver Glenn Head, and sadly not getting the result they deserved. A DNF in the final three, not what Richard Bird or Hayley Host were looking for. A great result too for Rob and Ange Coley, the new look Nissan-powered Poison Ivy. Once again, keeping his perfect season alive, Peter Cully and Shamra Putranui make it 4 for 4 in Hastings. But as we'd seen in the previous rounds, they were made to work hard for it. Well, they say that there's only one Peter Perfect, and that's Peter Brock, but maybe there'll be two, because Peter Cully is 4 for 4 in the championships. Round 5, the penultimate round of the Mouthfresh Superboats Championships, headed to Auckland and Mary Mary. The NZ Sprint Bowl tracks high speed and long straights, perfectly suited to these unlimited horsepower monsters. But for every long straight, there were very technical corners to be negotiated.
Very fast flowing track, and no doubt about that, it's a great track to race. And when you look at it on paper, it looks very open and flowing. But when you get out there, you've got about 4 wakes to navigate. and they're on real money corners, or 2 of them are.
Love fast, very fast rotation. It's certainly got some little, let's say, hiccups. You could get into trouble pretty quick and easy. Down through that chicane down the bottom and definitely up this top end here. Those corners are pretty tricky. You're hitting your weight twice in 2 different areas, and it does tend to push you across the side of the track. So certainly might have got to make sure you got the right line.
Baden Gray was back at the track where he debuted his Vickers Aircraft Company sponsored Superboat, the Specialist.
You just got to make sure you keep coming around the speed bowl before you turn left. Otherwise you'll have to have about 3 goes at it, and it doesn't go well.
Having his best season ever in Mouthfresh Superboat was Rotorua's Nick Berryman in New Zealand Riverjet.
It's fast, but it's a lot of bobble out there. There's a lot of crossing wakes. I don't like the rotation personally, so hopefully that doesn't stuff with my mind. But yeah, it's a real trick, and it's a track that can bite too.
Do you run your good stuff early, or do you gamble on the fact that maybe we're here for the whole day?
it's usually played into our favour. We seem to hit all the tracks pretty hard early, so if they do that, we're usually posting reasonably good times early, so I don't think it'll have much effect to us.
There was real drama, but this time off the water for Peter Cowie, yet to post a competitive time in qualifying. They had engine gremlins.
We put a new set of valve springs in overnight, and the boys, they took their time and did a real nice job of doing it. So she is, it's the same thing as it did about a year ago down in Wanganui when the 600 was brand new. Actually, it's first event, and it's the same cylinder, and so there's something unusual about that cylinder that cops the pain, and it's probably, it could be a million different things. I mean, it's the only motor of its kind on the world.
Husband and wife combo Rob and Ange Coley had issues from the get-go, which could have cramped his usual full-on style.
I think you've got to go hard early. I've always had the philosophy, go hard or go home. But yeah, it is a bit of a risk. I mean, I've never been, in the old days, yeah, Rob went out hard and went early. But these days I'm sort of a bit more settled and it's certainly working for us. So you've got to make a change there. I guess probably 4 or 5, but it's not so bad having that extra qual if you get it. But it is all on from 3, obviously. So 4, you probably got to make that count reasonably well.
We've got musical chairs going on here at Merry. Everyone's in different boats. What's going on, Rob?
Went to warm up on the start ramp this morning and blown a head gasket. Fortunately, Kev's been kind enough, we went and asked him and he said, yeah, jump in, all good. So we'll give this a crack and see where we go. Certainly different to drive. I mean, I obviously just went out there getting grip handle on the track, and like any boat, the harder you push it, the better it will go, but certainly a different feel to it. But I guess we'll find out whether it's driver ability or boat. Every track's different. I mean, White's tighter, more technical, here's open and flat out, and I think the boat probably suits that a bit more. But also in saying that, it's all up to your driving ability. I mean, you drive each track as the conditions are and how you see fit, and the harder you drive any boat, I think the better they go, and you've just got to have the confidence and believe in the boat and yourself that you can do the job.
Tanya Ironmonger, navigator for Nick Berryman and Riverjet, brings a ton of navigators' experience to the Mouthfreeze series.
It is hard work out there, absolutely. These guys do work hard on the track, on the steering wheel, and yeah, I mean, it's not for the faint-hearted, put it that way. Done every class, yep, but Superboat's where it's at, absolutely.
And why is that?
More speed, more power. You want more power, the faster you go, the faster you want to go. It's a good challenge.
Cowie and Rob Coley and Richard Digger, they're a step above, but we're pegging them back slowly. We've only been around a second off them all season, so our points accumulated over the 5 rounds so far have been pretty good, so we're sitting 3rd in the championship. So today is one of the crucial rounds that we've just got to back it up again today and go into the final round of Waitara.
With time running out to post the time, there was more drama for the 11-time New Zealand Superboat champion.
The good news is the motor was feeling really angry in that run, so I was just having to caution myself to pace myself and make sure we got some info. We got pretty good air pressure today, so which is probably the best we've had all season, so we can actually make a bit more power even without those fresh valve springs. So should be good. I'm feeling pretty pumped actually. If we can get it going again, we'll give it. We should see some good lap times, and we might have half a chance against the turbos and superchargers today.
Not a turbo or a supercharger to be seen. Blake Bryant and Kate Hoogerbrook back after sitting out rounds 3 and 4 in Bars Bugs Harvest Transport. Well, I guess the first question is, where have you been?
We've been busy, just haven't been busy racing. No, look, we've had a challenging year back home with a lot of new developments on the farm. We've recently planted more kiwi fruit and apples.
Some of our best fun we've ever had racing has been when we've missed a round and the championship hasn't been on our minds, so that's the mindset we've got today, is let's just go out and have a bloody good time and yeah, get ready for next season. We've always had that motto, work hard, play hard. We've just been working a bit too hard and we need to focus on playing a bit harder.
It's good to have a spell of methanol back in the nostrils, and no, it felt really good to be out there, and it has been a while between drinks, so yeah, we're excited about going out and putting our best foot forward, hopefully.
Aaron Hansen, a regular all season in Rusty 1, debuted the ex-Poison Ivy of Rob and Ange Coley, complete with 705 cubic inch big block.
We've bought one of Rob Coley's ex-Mouthfresh boats with the 705 big block, We're still getting used to driving it. It's the first time we've driven it today. We only got the package back together. Rob took his Big Chief motor out, and then we've taken the old Big Block. Yeah, we're liking it. It's a lot different to drive to the old boat. Feels a little bit more twitchy, but I think that's probably set up, and we'll just refine it.
Since back in the day, Mary has always been a track and a rotation that demands respect. There's plenty to catch out and clear this. Well, even though he only got one decent time, it's Peter Cowie on top as we get into the eliminations here in Mouthfresh Superboat. Scott Donald and Nicole Reesby sat out the last two qualifying rounds to repair Wicked and Wild, but still made the 9. Their 50.649 not good enough to go any further. The jet unit held in place with tie downs. Kevin Roberts' Nissan-powered Stinger would be double-driven at Mary. He had lent it to Rob Coley, Kev's 48.670, not good enough to move up. Greg Morgan was back in the ex-Graham Minchin blown and injected small block, but he was not doing the full series. His best at 48.089, 8th quickest of the now 10. The Simmons-Thompson boat count was down to 2, one Superboat and one Group B. Unfortunately, Dave and John Berry and Blue Flame not quite quick enough for the next elimination. 46.915, 7th. Despite an off-track excursion in qualifier 4, Baden Gray and Darren Todd would make the top 6, can't with this run, a 46.128. Rob and Ange Coley were double driving the Stinger Nissan with Kevin Roberts, a head gasket leak putting their own Poison Ivy on the trailer. Rob had adapted quickly, 46.731, top 6 bound. Nick Berryman and Tanya Ironmonger found themselves in the top 3 points battle in Mouthfresh Superboat, so a good performance here in Mary, a track that had been cruel to them in the past, was critical. It was 46.795, a great start. Richard Murray had debuted Mean Machine here at Mary. That would have been back in 2016. Here, still with Joe Rathbone sitting beside him, he was top 6 bound with a 45.707. Whether it was a case of the tidal pressure being off or the pause that refreshes, Kate Hoogerbrook and Blake Bryant were quickly back to their best. Second quickest here with a 45.419 in Bars Bugs Harvest Transport. The mark of a true champion is that you never give up and you make the best of every situation. Case in point, Peter Cowie in NZ. Nearly out with Engine Gremlin, he came back to post the fastest time. Well, from a 9, and in this case 10, we will cut them to just 6. Once again, it will be the champion, Peter Cowie, on top. Welcome back to the NZ Sprint Bowl here at Mary. It is the penultimate round of the National Championships brought to you by L-Firm Window Systems. This is Mouthfresh Superboats. We've cut them from 10 and now this is the top 6. Nick Berryman and Tanya Ironmonger go first. Nick from Rotorua, Tanya from Waipakarau. The boat is New Zealand Riverjet. It's a Stinger with a Whipple supercharged Chev engine sitting in the back of them, running around about 1100 horsepower. Superboats, of course, running on methanol. You'll see a big red M on the side of each boat just to donate for the rescue crew, but that is the situation. The reason for that, methanol burns without a flame. 20.215 at the split. He did a 46.042 in the qualifying, a 46.795, a little bit slower in the 9. This is the 6. From 6 we'll cut them to 3. The man currently sitting 3rd in points will maybe be there, or will he? We'll find out very shortly. Down into the speedboat he comes once again, this time firing off towards the finish line. 46.792, his second best time. What about a 45.607? That's the fastest he's run. Baden Gray and Darren Todd next to go. Baden Gray, a standout in Group A in the seasons past. He finished 2nd twice and 3rd once in the Group A title. Darren Todd, of course, the current World Navigators champion in Mouthfresh Superboat. This is the second full season in this boat for Baden. It's a 434 twin-turbo Chevy. Just not sounding real happy at the moment as he comes up to the top of the course again, down past the Fowler Homes flags, down into the speed bowl once more. 20.122 at the split, so that's fractionally quicker than Nick Berryman. These two have been battling long and hard right throughout the qualifying and the early eliminations. We'll see what the outcome will be. Nick Berryman did a 45.607. You're riding on board here with Baden Gray and Darren Todd. That's Darren Todd's hand, you can see, navigating his driver around the pitfalls here at the NZ Sprint Bowl. 46.608 for Baden Gray. So a little bit slower than what we saw from Nick Berryman. So Berryman on top at the moment. This is Richard Murray and Joe Rathbone. Joe is a horse race trainer. Richard is a farmer. Of course, he and his wife Julia run the Shelter View facility for Jetprinting. This is the ex-Pat Dillon, PPG the whole 440 Ford, supercharged and fuel injected. It's got such a sweet sound to it. Looking for the split, needs to be better than the 20.122 of Baden Gray. 20.833, it isn't. So that puts him second quickest at the split time. It's taken Richard a long time to adapt to the Superboat. He's a past Group A champion. That was back in 2003. Always been a Ford fan. Mean Machine was the Group A boat. This is Mean Machine. Down into the speedboat he comes once again. Time to beat the 46.06 of Baden Gray. He does so. 45.209, and he goes to the top because he beats Nick Berryman as well. This is Kate Hugerbrug and Blake Bryan. It's a Stinger GM Motorsport injected LS 512 Chevy. The motor comes from multi-superboat champion of Australia, Fonzie Mullen. Blake is the son of Peter Bryan, a past world and New Zealand superboat champion, and the nephew of Rex, 4 times the New Zealand Group A champion. So you could say he's got it in the blood. Blake and Kate, second season in superboats. They finished second to Sam Udick in 2016 in Group A and third in 2015. But since they've been making the step up, they've certainly been a force to reckon with. 20.478 at the split, and that was a very fast split. You're riding here, watching Kate and Blake go to work. Down through the speed bowl they come once again, looking to beat the time of Nick Berryman, 45.607, and they do so quite comfortably, 44.445. Rob and Ange Coley in a strange boat for them. This is the Kevin Roberts own Stinger Nissan Poison Ivy, the boat owned by Rob, that he debuted at Waitara with the Nissan engine in, out with a blown head gasket. Second in points at the moment, so this will be a points gathering exercise more than anything for Rob and Ange. So heading down towards the split time, 20.478 for Rob and Ange Coley in the Kevin Roberts Stinger. Now that means that Baden Gray would be on the bubble here as these guys make it into the top end of the circuit, down through the crisscross. The boat gets just a little bit untidy as it crosses its own wake. Now they head down into the speed bowl once again. Remember to approach this 2 different directions in the one rotation. 45.838, so that time's not going to stand as well. So Nick Berryman would be a lucky man at the moment, with Peter Coe and Sharma Putranui still to come. They have had their dramas. They posted one quick qualifying time. They've had an issue with the valve springs. I know Phil from Tracksport has travelled down from his workshop in Auckland to help the team out, but the good news is they're back and they have been fast. In fact, they were the fastest qualifiers going into the top 6. What can they do here? The boat is NZ. It's a 20.011, and that's the fastest split we've seen, so that's faster than what we saw from Blake and Kate. And that means now that Rob Coley would be on the bubble. That means maybe Richard Murray's going to make a final here, as the boat just gets a bit untidy. You don't often see that from Peter Coe in the Sprint Tech G-Force. It's a brand new boat this year. They've upped the cubic inches. We mentioned they've had engine problems. They've put those behind them, and they've run a 44.307, and once again they topped the charts here in the top 6 in Mouthfresh Superboat. So it is Coe on top, Blake Bryant back after a 2-round layoff, and Richard Murray makes his first final with Joe Rathbone. This is the NZ Sprint Bowl. It's Mary. It's the penultimate round of the championship, and this is the top 3. Blake and Kate are there, Richard and Joe are there, and Peter and Sharma are there as well. First to go though, it is Mean Machine. This is Richard Murray and Joe Rathbone. I mentioned before that he made his debut here in the Pat Dillon Superboat. Tried to drive it like a Group A boat at first, didn't have the best of success, had a pretty spectacular crash, if I remember rightly. It's taken him a while to get to grips with it, but that's exactly what he's done now. And here he is in the top 3 for the first time. 20.997 at the split, slightly slower than the 20.833 he did in the 6. But all he's got to do now is get through to the finish and post the time. 2 to come after this. Next to go it'll be Blake and Kate, and then it'll be Peter Coe and Shamra Putranui heading down towards the finish line. You ride with them here as they head down into the speed bowl once again. Richard Murray from Wanganui and Joe Rathbone. It's going to be a 44. It's their fastest run, 44.901. But I just wonder if it's going to be good enough with 2 still to come.
I'm starting to get the hang of this thing, so it's taken a while, but it is a handful. Got rid of our gremlins with the fuel like we had in the morning and every run in the last 3 meetings, but I think we're on top of that now, so yeah, roll on Waitra.
Everyone talking about the final round, but let's get the penultimate round done first. This is Blake Bryant and Kate Hugebrug. The boat is Vars Bugs Harvest Transport. All with them here. Best run in the 6. Good enough for second, and that was the 44.445. They can replicate that. They will stay in second place. Split was at 20.448, so faster than the 20.997 we saw from Richard Murray. Of course, the conditions would have changed here. Some water would have gone from the sprint bowl. Just from natural attrition, you're back on board riding with Kate and Blake. They look so relaxed, and they're going at warp speed as they head down into the speed bowl once again. This is going to be a pretty smart time for Blake Bryant and Kate Hugebrug. It is a 43.854. That's the fastest they've run. They're in first with Coe still to come. Brilliant comeback performance for these two from Gisborne.
We're really happy. Look, I said to Kate when we crossed the finish line and saw a high 43, I said, that's all I wanted. I'm happy. I don't care what happens from here. That was the goal I set earlier in the day, and we're absolutely stoked. You know, we've got a good combination that we can work with now, and I think if we'd started off the day with the combination we finished with, we would have been even stronger, but we'll keep working from here.
Well, 1 to come, and it is the 11-time national champion. He's on a perfect season, 4 for 4 going into this round 5 of 6. This is Peter Coe and Shamra Putranui. They've put the dramas of the early morning behind them, and they have been quick. In the top 9, a 43.239. That was dropped down to a 44.307 in the 6. This is the 3. What about the split? 18.236. That's appreciably quicker than they've ever gone before. So they are on a massive run here in NZ. Trojan Total Oils, that's the boat. It's a Sprint Tech G-Force, just gets a little bit taily as they work through the chicane, down into the speed bowl once again. 43.854 to beat. You get the feeling they're going to smash that as they turn and head towards the finish line. 42.385, he does it again. Peter Coe and Shamra Putranui are on top. It's 5 for 5. The perfect season continues.
Huge thanks to all the team, the guys from Track Sport, getting the motor tidied up and sorted out. Thankfully we had enough spares to do the job, and motor's back, she's doing what she's supposed to do, and we're making good progress. So yeah, all in all, very happy with the end result, and great result by with the competition and Superboat too. The guys have everyone's put on a great show today, and yeah, Waitra at the final. There's going to be a lot of people fighting over those trophies.
Well, there is the question. Who can beat Peter Coe and Shamra Putranui? Even when they're down, they're on top. They pick up the maximum 30 points from Blake Bryant and Kate Hugebrug and Richard Murray and Joe Rathbone. What's that done for the overall situation? It means that Coe is walking away with it. Can he keep the perfect season intact? Waitra in the final is going to be a beauty. That's next week here on CRC Motorsport.